Female narcissism, mood disorders, and gaslighting. Okay, now I did a previous coaching video about the 3 signs for how to spot a female narcissist. You can see it here on my channel. But in this coaching video, I want to discuss mood disorders and gaslighting. Okay, women who do that. And they generally tend to be narcissists because women who do these things generally display the signs of a typical and classical narcissist. Somebody who lacks empathy for others, somebody who lacks basic self-awareness, right? Basic social awareness. She generally also has a delusional level of self-importance. And you'll often see this too in my hater section. You'll see a lot of women and even a few like beta cuck men be like, they don't like the topic, so they'll be like, narcissist, you're narcissist, you know, and that's generally a classic sign of a narcissist too, is somebody who like calls somebody else a narcissist, right? Believe it or not, that's actually a typical common sign of spotting a narcissist. It's like they're so unaware of their own narcissism that they self-project it onto others. And obviously, being on YouTube, right, I'm just putting my content out there, right? A lot of it's based on facts and research, right, which most of my coaching videos are based on. But yet, like these women and these beta cuck men will generally go in the comment section and they're so triggered by the video and they're so angered by it that they'll write this diatribe. I've seen a lot of these haters write like paragraphs talking about why the coaching video is wrong. It's wrong. You're wrong, mister. You're wrong, right? No real facts or statistics to back up their arguments. Really just one giant emotional tirade, one giant temper tantrum, one giant like personal attack, because a lot of times they throw out personal attacks, part of the shaming language, character insults. It has nothing to do with the actual topic, right? But in every single one of their comments, they'll always say something like narcissist, yet they are the ones who cannot accept the content, like a random YouTube video, right? They can't accept the content so much that they have to sit there and try to shame and try to control the language and try to almost like force you to change your own opinion and adopt theirs, right? And these are classic things that narcissists do, which is hilarious. Then at the end of their statement, you're a narcissist. It's like, dude, read your entire paragraph. Read your entire diatribe and see who the narcissist is. Right? You can't even see it in yourself. So I always call them out too. I'm like, classic self-projection. Whenever someone's like, narcissist, classic self-projection. You don't see me on YouTube getting triggered by anybody's content, by anyone's free speech, so much so that I gotta go in their comment section and write paragraphs to try to shame them into adopting my opinion, because my opinion is the one that matters, not theirs. That's what a narcissist does. Only mine matters. How can you upload this? I don't agree with it. I don't like it. And they've been both male and female. Obviously, overwhelmingly, it's female doing this, right? Because women, most narcissists tend to be women. So whenever I get comments like that, like I described, I mean, very few of them are men. A good number of them are, but mostly they are coming from women. And they'll be like, narcissist, narcissist, but they're the ones, they can't see their own self-projection. They're lacking so much self-awareness. They can't see, and they're like, even in their own comment, as they're sitting there trying to shame and control the language and get me to stop doing these coaching videos and trying to get me to adopt their philosophy, and you better listen to me. It's all about me, me, me. You know, your opinion doesn't matter. It's mine. You better read this. You better respond. You know, it's like the words of a child, right? Because as children, we're often narcissists. We think the entire world revolves around us. It's not until we mature and we grow up and we get disciplined and we realize like, oh shit, the world doesn't revolve around us. It's about everybody, right? And everybody has a voice. Everyone's allowed to speak. And this is why I say, I'm not so narcissistic that I'm going to go on other people's channels and try to shout them down, right? If I write anything, it's generally like one sentence, right? And it's usually videos that I support. I don't really go on videos that I don't care about, right? I'm not going to go on like watch feminist videos. I just don't do that. I don't care. So yeah, it's mainly women who are narcissists. But one thing you'll find with female narcissists are, and I don't see a lot of people talk about this, right? I don't see a lot of people talk about this, but female narcissists will generally have mood disorders too, okay? And You have to be careful of this, because the reason why I'm bringing this up is because I mentioned that I had a 6-girl dating rotation and now I'm down to 5. I let go of 1 girl just because she really fit the traits of a classic female narcissist, and she had mood disorders and she would gaslight, you know, and she was a pretty hot girl too. I was sad to kind of let her go, but it gets to the point where the person's more trouble than they're worth, and you got to make a decision like, okay, if this person's more trouble than they're worth and they're zapping me of energy, you know, they're just becoming an energy vampire, they have to go. No matter how hot she is, and you know, I'm sure she's gonna have no problem replacing me, no problem at all, but any guy she meets, she's gonna come across the same issue, right? But I let her go. I'm like, I can't deal with it anymore. Just the mood disorders and the gaslighting, which is the topic of tonight's coaching video. So you wanna be careful of any woman who displays very severe mood shifts, like her mood shifts with the wind, right? It's like 1 minute, like literally you could like, just to use this girl as an example, like 1 minute, say we're at a restaurant, 1 minute she's laughing, she's like smiling and everything, then she goes to the bathroom, and then she comes back as a completely different person, like completely different mood. All of a sudden she's in a piss poor mood. Like she was just smiling and everything 2 minutes ago. Now she went to the bathroom, came back, now she's in this piss poor mood, and it's like, wait, what happened? You know, and then she'll be like, oh, I just thought of something from like a week ago. A week ago? Yeah, you never said sorry for this, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, that was a week ago. Are you serious? Or 2 weeks ago, or last month. Literally, she would like bring things up from like a month ago. I'm like, are you kidding me? You know, we're finally out together. I've been busy, and this is what you want to do. Right? So you want to be careful of women who, where their moods shift with the wind. Right? And unfortunately, I've just been so busy to really kind of focus on her. It's always been in the back of my head like, okay, if she keeps this up, I'm letting her go, I'm letting her go. But it's just like she would do it enough to push me to that, but then she would back off. And then she would do enough to push me to that, then back off. And then finally got to the point where I'm like, I'm tired of the, you know, the poison dripping, because essentially that's what it is. When a person does that, they're poison dripping you. A poison drip is almost like if you see an oil leak in your car, right? It might just be a very tiny leak. You'll see it in your driveway. It's like, maybe it's a few drops. You'll be like, okay, I don't need to go to the shop today. I don't need to go to the shop tomorrow, right? This is okay. It's not that bad. You're like, when it gets really bad, I'll take it to the shop. So it's one of those where it's just like drip, drip, drip. But then it gets to the point where it starts to annoy you, because now your driveway is starting to like clog up with oil, because like every time you park it there, there's another drip and another drip. It gets bigger and bigger, right? So now it's starting to bug you. And so that's what happened. It got to that point where it just bugged me too much. When it comes to women displaying like mood disorders, they will often do that. Like their mood completely shifts with the wind. And you know what? There's nothing you can do to really help them or change them or change the situation. The only thing you can do to change the situation is remove yourself and not allow yourself to be a part of it. Because as long as you stay, you're gonna feel that poison drip, and it's going to slowly zap you of energy, okay? It's something that you're not gonna notice on the surface. It's just gonna slowly zap you of energy. So you wanna be careful of that. And you also wanna be careful of the gaslighting too. That was something else I wanted to bring up as part of like women who are narcissists, they tend to gaslight. Right? And I've seen a number of haters do this in my comment section too. They will talk about things that I said in the video that I never actually said, right? For example, she'll say like, you said all women, and then you said this, this, and this. And I'm like, did you watch the same video? I watched it and you said it. Point out the point in the video where I said that. I don't have to do that because you know you said it. And it's like, no, that was never said. I'm like, the reason why you can't point it out is because it was never said. And you're gaslighting now. You are gaslighting, right? And when a woman, a lot of women tend to do this, right? When a woman gaslights you guys, huge red flag. I can't stand that, right? You might be arguing with your girl and she'll be like, oh, you know that argument last week you said you were gonna help me with the rent, and you might have said, yeah, I could probably scrounge up 200. She's like, yeah, you only gave me 200. You said you were gonna give me 400. It's like, wait, I never said 400. I said 200. No, you did. You said 400. You said 400. You know, and it's like, why are you gaslighting? Why are you trying to put words in my mouth that I never said? And mood disorders, gaslighting, it's all part of a woman being narcissistic, especially gaslighting. If she gaslights you guys, she essentially is zapping you of energy because it's causing you to like literally take precious time out of your own day to sit there and really kind of like analyze what exactly did you say to her to lead her to this conclusion, right? You're going to be spending like a lot of mental energy and emotional energy trying to go, why is she doing this? Why is she saying this when I never said it? It'll make you feel like you're going crazy. And that is really the point of gaslighting somebody, which a lot of narcissists do, okay? Both men and women. I don't want to just bag on women about this, but I mean, obviously the topic of this coaching video is female narcissism, you know? If you want to learn about male narcissism, there are many like female psychologists, I'm sure they talk about it. And obviously men who do shit like that are obviously men who act like women, right? That's why they do shit like that. They'll try to gaslight, they'll have, you know, mood disorders. It's because they've just been so feminized that they don't know how to be masculine. Because men who are masculine, men with testosterone, they don't do shit like that. We don't gaslight. We don't need to. Right? Because we could just annihilate you with facts. We could pull you apart with facts. We don't need to gaslight you to try to get our way. And really, that's what narcissists want at the end of the day. They want to control you. They want to control the dialogue. They want to control the environment, the situation. They want you to feel powerless. They want you to feel like you are going crazy. And because they get fuel off of that. Right? They get what do they call it, like narcissistic fuel. They get fuel off of that. It pumps them up. It brings up their state, which is really sad, right? It brings up their state. No different than like a lot of these haters on YouTube, right? When they attack somebody personally, they feel like it's bringing up their state. You'll hear me call it like a 2-second dirty high, right? And I've even responded to a few of my haters like that in the comment section below when they do a personal attack on me. I don't like those rings, and oh, that hair is gay, and this is gay, and blah, blah, blah. And, you know, they do that. And I'm like, okay, did you get your little 2-second dirty high? Are you okay now? Do you feel better about yourself? Do you feel better about yourself? You got your little 2-second dirty high of feeling good about yourself? Oh, I got him, right? That's what they're doing. That's what narcissists do, right? So you can't blame them for acting the way they do, and they need help, right? But at the end of the day, when it comes to women who do this shit, where they display mood disorders or they try to gaslight you, you got to get rid of them. Okay, you got to get rid of them because they are going to continue to poison drip you throughout that relationship, right? You're not going to see it every day, right? It's not like every day their moods are going to be shifting with the wind. You'll see it every so often, but at least a few times per week. And it will be enough to be like that oil leak in your car where it just starts to drip. It doesn't annoy you at first, but it'll start to drip more and more. You'll see it in your driveway. The little oil spot will get bigger and bigger, and it'll get to the point where it'll start to annoy you, right? And you're like, effing A, man, I wish this car would just stop leaking oil. So it's like an intermittent drip. And it's like, it doesn't leak oil every day, by the way, right? It's not like every day you go out there. It's like it grows overnight. It's just every so often, right? It's intermittent. And those are the things that tend to drive you nuts the most, is when something's intermittent, right? If you hear like a little rattle in your engine, or a little pinging in your engine, or a little hole in your roof, right? Where sometimes water comes down, sometimes it doesn't, right? It's just that poison drip. It's not enough for you to really do anything about it yet, but it's enough to annoy you. And then it'll get to the point where it really does annoy you. Like it kind of overwhelms you and it annoys you enough to the point where you just want to cut this person off. Women who are narcissists, they're like masters at poison dripping, at being energy vampires, of zapping you of energy and distracting you away from what you need to do in your own life as a man, right? Being on your path and purpose, chasing after your goals, your dreams, right? They are masters of poison drip. It's like, they kind of push, and then they feel like, okay, I'm not going to push him to the point where he dumps me or he reacts. I'll just push him enough to annoy him. Then I'll pull back. And then once you've kind of recovered from that, maybe a day or two, she'll start in again. Push. And then she sees you kind of getting to that point, and then she'll back off. And then she'll wait. Maybe she won't do anything next day, won't do anything day after that. And then that third or fourth day, she'll be like, let me do it again. Push, 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 right? Just getting on your nerves intermittently, annoying you. And then it gets to the point like you notice like, shit, I'm not getting my own work done. She's distracting me. You know, she's causing my cortisol levels to go through the roof. I got to get rid of this chick. And you will get to that point. Like, she's more trouble than she's worth, right? And really, at the end of the day, that's how I kind of gauge girls. Once you become more trouble than you're worth, you got to go, right? I don't care how hot the girl is. Once she becomes more trouble than she's worth, she's got to go. Same thing with friends, right? I mean, I've had to get rid of a few buddies from time to time. You might have had that too, where a few of your guy friends just like, just more trouble than they're worth, and you just finally had to get rid of them. And that's okay, right? Because you can replace them with people that aren't gonna do that kind of stuff, okay? That aren't gonna make you feel that way, that aren't gonna bring down your state, that aren't gonna become distractions in your life, okay? That aren't going to become disadvantages in your lives. And with that said, I'm gonna wrap up here. Until next time, this is M. Don't forget to smash that like button below. Also, hit that notification bell right next to it so that you are notified whenever I release a brand new coaching video here on YouTube. More importantly, guys, please make sure you subscribe to my channel. Too many of you guys are still unsubscribed to my channel. You have not yet subscribed. So make sure you hit that subscribe button as well. That way, whenever I upload a brand new coaching video to YouTube, you will be the first to get it. You won't have to wait weeks and weeks or kind of search for it on YouTube. Instead, you will get it fresh the same day I upload it, okay? The very same day that I upload it. And the way that you do that is you subscribe to the channel. It's free. It does not cost anything to subscribe, okay? It doesn't cost a thing. So please hit that subscribe button for me as well. And for you guys who want to support my work, and support all of this red pill content I'm teaching, guys, even further, the best way to do that is by jumping into my monthly online coaching program, 7 Months to Mastery, where I'm teaching you how to go out there and approach and close the youngest and most beautiful looking women on the planet. I'm talking 8s, 9s, and 10s. I'm not talking about immoral women. I'm not talking about party girls or single mothers or women who are damaged goods. I'm talking about young, beautiful women that you can date, women that are cool, women that are hot, women that can be like your best friend. I mean, women that, you know, you'll enjoy hanging out with, right? I teach you how to get these girls. As you guys know, I am a professional dating coach. I'm a pickup artist. I've been doing this since the mid-90s. I have no shame at all admitting that, right? I love what I do. I'm one of the best in the world. And so when you jump into 7 Months of Mastery, you are going to be learning from one of the best in the world, which is me. I'm out there every single week, right? 4 to 5 times per week approaching these girls. So all the lessons you're going to learn in 7 Months of Mastery are going to help you to go out there and find and attract and bring the hottest women you possibly can into your life, right? Where you're no longer living in scarcity, you're going to be living in abundance. The very first month of 7 Months of Mastery is only $1, okay? So it's only $1 for the entire first month of coaching lessons. And even from that very first month alone, you are going to learn enough lessons to be able to go out there. Whenever you see an attractive girl walk by you, you will be able to stop her and you'll know exactly what to say and exactly what to do to close her, whether it's just a simple number close or an insta date where you take her out for an instant date, right? That's why you call it an instant date, whether it's for just a simple coffee, maybe a drink somewhere at a nearby bar, nearby restaurant, right? Or if it's a full-on close, she takes you home, right? I'm not saying, you know, hey, you're gonna have sex with her, but she might be that into you, right? But either way, after the very first month of 7 Months of Mastery, which again is only $1, no longer will you need to watch all those pretty girls walk by you and then like freeze, you don't know what to say, you don't know what to do. And then later you go home and you kick yourself because you wish you could have just talked to her, right? And it's even especially pathetic if you go home and then you flip on the online porn. You guys know how I feel about FAP, right? I'm all for no FAP. I'm all for no FAP because when you rely on online porn and internet porn, realize, man, it brings down your testosterone levels and it actually increases your estrogen levels. So you'll be even more girly when you watch online porn. And worst of all, it kills your mojo. It kills your sexual libido. It kills your motivation to go out there and actually talk to real life girls. Right? This is why after you watch porn, you don't want to do anything but sit there and just self-destruct even more. You might start eating like potato chips, bad food, carbs, sugar. It really kills your state even more. This is why I'm all for no fap. Right? But imagine if you had the skill, if you had the ability to walk up to a complete stranger and approach her, talk to her, get her interested in you, get her attracted to you, to the point where she even number closes you. And that's happened to me a number of times. It happens every single week, at least a few times, where the girl is just like, give me your number. Let's hang out again. I want to see you again. So in the very first month of 7 Months of Mastery, you are going to learn enough skill to do that. To be able to see, when you see an attractive girl, you will have enough skill to be able to stop her. You'll know exactly what to say, exactly what to do, and exactly how to close her. Right? Again, whether it's a number close, insta-date, or more. Okay, or more. And in the very first month of 7 Months of Mastery right now, I'm giving away a free cheat sheet. Okay, and in that cheat sheet, I give away my top 5 openers. Okay, I give you my top 5 openers, both direct and indirect. So whether you're approaching the girl directly, where you're communicating your attraction for her immediately, or you're approaching her indirectly, where you're not communicating your attraction for her right off the bat. Instead, you might be asking her for directions, like, hey, where's this Starbucks? Where's the nearest mall? Where is this place? And then, depending on what type of vibe you're getting from her, you can transition into attraction building. Okay, but I give you my top 5 openers, both direct and indirect, that I've been using myself for the last 2+ decades. They work, guys. Okay, that's another great thing, is everything you learn in 7 Months of Mastery has already been field tested to work. Okay, I've been doing this stuff my entire adult life. So you don't have to go out there and do the trial and error. I've already done it for you. I've gone through all the pain, failure, and rejection for you, to the point where now all you need to do is take what I teach you and apply it. Okay, because it's been field tested and it works. It's not something that I came up with in the command tower, right? Hiding in the command tower. It's something that I learned from being in field, from actually approaching young, beautiful women. Okay, I'm giving you my top 5 openers, both direct and indirect. I also give you my top 5 negs. All right, you get my top 5 negs, my top 5 DHVs, my top 5 responses to any objections the girl gives you. Like a common one she'll give you is that she has a boyfriend. So if the girl is like, oh, I'm sorry, I have a boyfriend, I tell you how to overcome that objection. Why? Because over half the time, it's gonna be a lie. Okay, women, the reason why she tells you she has a boyfriend is not because she actually has a boyfriend, but she tells you that to get rid of you. Okay, because women who are above an 8 in looks, she doesn't even have to be a dime piece. She doesn't have to be a 10. As long as she's at least an 8 in looks, that girl is getting hit on. Okay, she is good enough. She is good looking enough where she's getting a lot of male attention. So even for a woman who's an 8, she will tell you shit like that just to get rid of you. Right? Because it's a time management tool. She doesn't have time to sit there and talk to every single guy who's like, hey, beautiful, what's shaking? You know, she's just gonna be like, sorry, I have a boyfriend. Right? Gets rid of all the suckers. It gets rid of all the chumps. But when you go beyond that and you're like, oh, cool, how long have you guys been together? Right? Which is one of my responses. Right? Puts the girl on the spot. And then the girl's like, oh, I don't know, like 7, 8 months maybe. Then you could be like, bullshit, you don't have a boyfriend. Don't lie to me. Don't lie to me, girl. Right? You can shit test her back. And then she'll be like, okay, I don't have a boyfriend. Hi, what's your name? You know? But it's one of those objections, like once you overcome that initial objection, it's almost instant that it turns into attraction. Instantly, all of the cards shift in your favor. Right? All of the odds shift in your favor. Because you just overcame a major objection that where most guys just walk away. So many guys, when the girl just says, I have a boyfriend, 99% of them walk away. Even the girls I'm dating right now, I'm not their boyfriend, but they constantly tell guys that just to get rid of them. And she's like, every once in a while, she's like, a guy will push through and he'll like question me like, really, how long have you guys been together? Or one of my favorites that I use, that I teach you in 7 Months of Mastery, does he let you have guy friends? Right? Does he let you have guy friends? Because You can't do anything if you're not in the girl's life at all. So it's better to place yourself in her life, right? And then you can work game once you get into her life. So that's why I always tell you guys, if she says, I have a boyfriend, number one question is, how long have you been together? Puts her on the spot. Okay, then you can see whether or not she's lying. Number two question, whether she has a boyfriend or not, is, does he let you have guy friends? That's harmless. Does he let you have guy friends? Because most of these guys that these girls are dating are not serious, right? Not serious at all. Because if it was serious and she was like on the verge of getting engaged, she would tell you. She'd be like, no, I don't think it's a good idea right now because we're about to get married. And then she would say no. And I've had girls do that where it's that serious. And it's like, hey, no problem. Good luck to you guys, right? But that's not going to happen most of the time. Most of the time, these girls are going to be dating guys that are just like friends of theirs, guys that they haven't even had sex with, right? It's just like casual dating. Like they might just go for drinks every once in a while, or she might just be using him as an emotional tampon. But then here you are approaching her, this stranger, she's just gonna tell you that just to try to get rid of you. That's why I say you gotta push through, okay? So number one question, how long you guys been together? Puts her on the spot. Number two, does he let you have guy friends? Because she's like, yeah, that's fine, lets me have guy friends. Now you're in. Cool, let's be friends, right? Let's be friends. And it's not like she's putting you in the friend zone. You're putting yourself there temporarily while you work game on her, okay? And there's actually a third follow-up question to that, right? If she tells you she has a boyfriend, there's a third follow-up question that's very powerful. I'm not gonna tell you what it is. If you want it, get into 7 months of mastery, okay? Join 7 months of mastery. But like I said, the first month is only $1. You're gonna get the entire first month of coaching lessons plus my free cheat sheet as part of 7 months of mastery. So take advantage of it. Who doesn't have $1? It's $1. Tell me you can't afford that. And you're gonna get a lifetime of value. And these are lessons, say you don't continue with the program. Say you don't continue and you only do the first month. You'll be able to take what you've learned in that first month of 7 months of mastery and use it for the rest of your life. Literally, you'll be able to use these skills for the rest of your life. Whenever you see an attractive girl that you want to approach, an attractive woman, whether she be on the street or even a woman you work with, a woman at your gym, a woman at your restaurant, she might be your waitress, your Starbucks barista, you'll be able to use this stuff on her, okay, for the rest of your life, for the remainder of your life. More importantly, you'll be able to teach them to other men in your family. Okay, you'll be able to pass these lessons down to your sons, all from the very first month of 7 months of mastery. And like I said, it's only $1 right now. What can I tell you? I mean, it's the highest value program you're ever gonna join. Okay, and this is something that you never learned in school. Parents, teachers, and society fail to teach you this shit. Okay, if you think you're gonna go out there and attract young, beautiful women into your life using that Disney shit that you learned from television, from the movies, good luck, right? You will get eaten alive. The only type of women that Disney shit's gonna get you, that you learn from TV and movies, are 4s and 5s. Okay, those 4s and 5s in your social circle that are going to shout you down like a little boy in the middle of Target, in the middle of Walmart, in the middle of the mall, and she's never gonna have respect for you. Why would you throw your life away like that when you don't have to? You have so much more potential, so use it, okay? But I can't force you to take action. It's up to you as a man to take control of your own future and your own destiny. Okay, again, what parents, teachers, and society fail to teach you, fail to teach us. All these lessons, I didn't learn them from school. I didn't learn them from university. I didn't learn them, from any of my teachers growing up. I learned them from going out in field. So you're getting it from the field, guys. You're getting it from an experienced pickup artist, one of the best pickup artists in the world, right? I'm in the top 25. And personally for me, I've said this before, my ego tells me I'm in the top 10 because I can run circles around these top guys easily. I see them out in LA all the time. I'm constantly running circles around them, right? I even help with some of their students sometimes. I'm that nice of a guy. I don't have to help them, but I help some of their students. I feel bad. I see them approaching a girl, and I'm like, what are you trying to do, dude? It's like, oh, I'm on this boot camp right now. I don't know if I should say this. I'm like, come on, let's go do it. We'll go approach her. I even help them out. A number of times I help these guys out, and I don't have to because I feel bad for their students. Right? But first month of mastery is only $1. Take advantage of it. All you need to do is click that link below in my description box. It will take you over to my website where you can get signed up right now. It just takes 2 seconds. So do that now, and I will see you in my next coaching video. Okay. Hey, real quick. So on my cell phone, you guys saw the Firebird logo, right? It's actually from a 77 Trans Am, because I had a lot of guys go like, hey man, that rising phoenix, you're pushing Illuminati values. And it's like, no, jackass, it's from a 77 Firebird, okay? And I have a model of it right here, as a matter of fact. So as you guys can see, this is a 77 Firebird Trans Am. It's a little die-cast model, and you can see it's the same logo that you see on my cell phone. Okay, it's a Pontiac Trans Am. Oh, let me turn it around. It's pretty cool, actually. It's pretty well detailed. And you can see on the plate, it's kind of blurry. It says 77 TA, which means Trans Am. Because I am a gearhead. I love muscle cars. I used to tinker with them. Growing up in high school, we used to like buy them cheap. Me and my buddies, we would buy like 69 Camaro Z28. My buddy had like a Z28. We worked on his car. We would like pull the engine and work on it. Right now, you guys know I have a 65 Corvette Stingray. I'm just a gearhead. I love these muscle cars and I love to toy with them. So on my cell phone, you saw the Trans Am logo on there, and a lot of idiots were like, yeah, Illuminati, it's Illuminati. It's like, no, dude, learn about cars. It's a 77 Trans Am, the baddest cars of the muscle car era, like the end of the muscle car era in the 70s. Super badass car, right? Yeah, if these guys would stop driving Toyota Priuses and hybrid cars and electric cars and smart cars, they might learn a little bit about a real man's car.